Oh! Hey!
Hey!
I didn't see you guys there. But I sure am glad you're there. You know why? Don't tell anybody this. But it's Monopoly night in America. And not only is it Monopoly Night in America, but it's a big night for us tonight here at Grandma Studios and on Team Monopoly, because tonight starts our third season's Tournament of Champions. We are always excited when this time of year comes around, although it's also a little nostalgic because it means we're down to the last few episodes before we take that big long break in the sky. No, the show's not dying. Just, we take a several month break at minimum, because we like to keep things fresh around here. We don't like to start end season 6 one day and start season 7 the next day. Hello, Matthew Vasectomy. Hey. Good to see you, buddy. Let's not hold on to this any longer. I know Travis is ready. I know I'm ready. I know Jason's ready. I'm sure there's probably some people ready that aren't even a part of MVG yet. So let's just go ahead and get to it. Here we go.
That's right, turd. Chance Community Chest and this payback, all brought to you by the benevolent mind of Kevin Henry.
Leveling my ass at Monopoly. The rules of the famous board game is at Monopoly Ultimate Game. Here come the players. The red player is Seti, the gold player is Scott, and the green player John. Here comes Mr. Monopoly, Jason Myers, and here comes our host,
Woo! Thank you very much there, low microphone version of Travis Coulter.
It's better than no, Travis.
This is true. I would also like to take a moment to thank whoever that was that played the Kevin Henry clip there as we went into the Monopoly intro. Appreciate that. As always, Kevin Henry has to find a way to put his fat ass into the middle of everything going on here at MVG Productions. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'll be waiting for that phone call.
No, you won't.
And I'd also like to thank whoever it is that's got the computer that's playing back everything I'm saying. Because it's always fun to try to talk and hear yourself feedback, and that's probably the reason I'm not a PA announcer for any professional sports teams. But hey, it's good to see everybody back here. It is that time once again for Monopoly Night in America. It is our first TOC matchup. We have got 3 fantastic players here. I know they don't want to wait any longer to get in this game, so let's go ahead and talk to them. First, our red player, he was our #1 overall seed on the season. He was able to win an astonishing $936,346. Please welcome back again our #1 overall seed, Scott Seffy Poot Gherkin McVay.
How's it going?
Well, you should be pretty used to any podiums that are on the Monopoly set, seeing as how this now makes your 17th time being on the set this season.
Oh, unfortunately, you're so right, unfortunately.
Yes. But yeah, so I have to say, as a couple of things that I've noticed. First of all, you were our Season 2 overall champion.
This is correct, yes.
So you're only one of 2 people that's ever won. Well, go figure. We've only had two full seasons complete here. So yes, you're one of only 2 people to do that. How are you feeling about your chances to be able to repeat?
You know what? Like I said, we are going to find out how this goes, considering that with my 2 opponents here tonight, I know they're both really good players. And we will find out if I can get back to the championship or not tonight.
Well, yeah, and that road is definitely going to be paved. So when you decided who you were picking, because you got the first pick and then you got the 4th pick, so you pretty much had your pick of the litter of who you could choose to go against. What made you decide to go against the 2 people you're playing against?
Well, let's see. I know, first of all, they're really good, but I did it for 2 big reasons. And their names are Travis Coulter and Russ Bielefeld. because I don't want to go against those guys too quickly.
Okay, so of course Russ, that was mentioned, he was able to get himself into the tournament just through one episode last week. Wound up being the last champion of season 3. So, and he was also our overall season 1 champion. So that one I understand. Just from that perspective. Now, Travis, definitely a good player, but what was it about Travis that you absolutely tried to stay away from him?
Because he's so quick on the buzzer, though.
Okay, that is an absolutely good reason to do it. Myself and Travis, we were talking backstage before the show started, and we were talking about things that are people's strengths and their weaknesses. We all have them, no matter how good we come off as. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and that is absolutely a strength of his. And if you feel that's not one of your strengths, totally understandable to try to play to what yours are. So we wish you the best of luck tonight as you try to defend that Season 2 championship overall. As we go ahead and meet your opponents tonight, he is in our gold podium tonight. He was our number 6 overall seed. And I think I may have accidentally put 7 in the description, but he was the number 6 overall seed. He finished with $47,047. This will be his 8th appearance on the season. Please welcome back the Flat Broke Kid Michels.
Hello, Terry.
Well, Scott, you have been not only replaced as the largest number of episodes in a season have participated in here in Monopoly, but I think we could say, at least temporarily, you've been demoted as the number 1 Scott in Monopoly.
Yeah. As soon as I heard I was going against Seffi, I knew this was going to be a brawl, especially considering he's already played the Millionaires Club once a season, so that means he swept it. And I also have to go against John as well, who is an absolute juggernaut as well, so I feel like this is a rock and a hard place, and I got to find my way out of it.
Well, and taking a look at how you did this season, I was just kind of perusing that really quickly. This is what I would say might be something I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. When we look at your overall season played, the first 2 times we saw you this year, you won both games. The next 3 appearances you had, you dropped down and finished in 2nd place in each episode. The last 2 times you played with us this season, you dropped down and finished in 3rd place both games, including the last time you were with us, you finished for one of your first times, and maybe the only time ever, finishing with a total score in the 3 digits. So, with that being said, how are you feeling knowing that playing-wise this season, you've kind of been on a downtrend?
It definitely sucks, that is for sure. But I hoped that I have recuperated enough to where I can hopefully get back on the uptrend and possibly get back into this game, because I've been in all 3 tournaments you've done now. It's just been these semifinals that have been killing me. So I'm hoping if there's ever a time for me to get back up the hill, it's right now. Because you can only go down for so long.
Right, and I do see, yes, in Season 2, you competed in the Tournament of Champions, and you came in 2nd place in your game. You actually lost that one to Peach Vagine, as has become my favorite name for him. And then in Season 1, let's see, taking a quick look here, you actually come in 2nd place there in your game as well, and you lost to the eventual champion, Russ Bielefeld. So you've definitely went down to some very good players. Now, I was mentioning when we were talking to Scott just a moment ago about strengths and weaknesses. While I won't make you talk about weaknesses here, because, of course, then you may be giving away some strategy, what do you think is one of the things that you consider to be a strength that you have when playing Monopoly?
Oh, boy. I think if I can get in, like, I would almost call it a Coulter state where I can start to anticipate the questions. I feel like if I can either get to a hot start or get one of those properties in first street, then I get my ball rolling. If I get shut out first street, then that's where my ball kind of needs extra oomph and I start to get scared.
Hey, that's definitely a fair way to look at it. I can say that you and Travis are two of the players, the main players here at MVG, that have made me consider trying to write the majority of my trivia questions to be what I would call false bottom questions, to where it looks like it's going one way just to try to get you to hit that buzzer real fast, only to change the question at the end. So
I've wrote those before.
yes, we'll see how many false bottoms there are tonight. So we wish you the best of luck as we go ahead and meet our final player here. He's our green player tonight. He finished as our number 8 overall seed with $25,868. We welcome back. He is the professor of MVG. Well, one of the professors. Professor Emeritus of MVG, John Bergman. I guess, John, we could call you the professor of extramarital affairs. And by that, we don't mean anything about you cheating on anybody, just the fact that you've been married well over 100 times.
I know, and boy, are my arms tired.
Well, some people have referred to it as an arm, but I think of it as a third leg.
Hip, yeah.
So, yeah, John, again, go ahead.
No, but I was just going to say, but yeah, I've heard a lot of people compliment me on my tripod. But anyway,
Well, John, as you come into this here, this is actually, you have made it into the Tournament of Champions all 3 seasons yourself as well. If we go back into season 1, taking a quick look back, let's see, you came in second place in your semifinal game in season 1, and then in season 2, looking here real quick, you actually were in 3rd place in your Tournament of Champions games. So, hey, you filled out 2 of the positions. Do you think this is the year that you finally win a Tournament of Champion game and find yourself in the Grand Championship game?
you know, but it really all depends on what happens, how fast I am, and all the type of questions. Because I appreciate the kind words that Scott has said, but I have to admit, but I'm kind of nervous because I've seen Scott play this game. I've seen Seppi play this game, and they are amazing. They know their stuff, and as we all know, but a lot of it also has to do with, the roll of the dice and all of that. I'm just not only surprised, but I'm honored to be here.
Well, hey, we are definitely glad to have you here. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked the flat broke kid over there. What would you say when it comes to our game here of Monopoly? What is one of John Bergman's strengths?
I know how to run real fast when the husband comes. No, I'm just kidding. You told me he was going to come back until next year. No.
Oh my God.
And that's why he's a national treasure.
Yes.
And that's also the reason where he's got why there's scrapes on the tip. But go ahead and tell us what your strength is.
I'll tell you, just remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's not the size of the wand, but the magic inside it. Oh, God, I'm going home. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm a sick man.
Just call him Merlin.
Yes. I'll tell you one thing. There you go. You don't have to sprinkle any sort of dust on me. Actually, can you repeat that question? Because I already forgot. God, I'm so old.
Well,
Where's
yes.
my Jericho? I apologize. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, it's underneath your podium. I'm
Yes.
sure you can pick it up with the elephant trunk.
Yeah.
So yes, the question was, when it comes to our game of Monopoly, what would you consider to be your strength?
But with all due respect to it, I would have to say just knowing everybody, what kind of houses to put on there, involving what property. Yeah. Let's do that in redneck backwards. Basically, it all depends on everybody what kind of properties I get during the first part of the game, as well as everybody how much I spend, because that's usually the big kicker when it comes to if you can land on your own spaces that you bought and they're worth a lot of money and you get the question right, but most of the times that what seals it. So
Okay, hey, I think that is definitely a great strategy. And normally if there's redneck backwards, then it winds up getting your sister pregnant. But we'll talk more about that later. Again, John, we wish you the best of luck tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our contestants. All right, so with the way that started off, this should be a fun game. So let's get ourselves right into it here. Of course, this is the acquisition phase of our game, players. This is where it all kicks off, and this is where all the important shit happens. So, of course, we're going to be making one trip all the way around the board, stopping at each individual color property. We will, of course, ask trivia questions as we always do. Get the question correct, not the question. That's a whole different thing. Get the question correct, and you will get the dollar amount that's at the bottom of the property. Get it wrong, you're going to lose that dollar amount. If no one's able to get the question correct, then we're going to cut that property value in half one time, and one time only, until someone does eventually get the question correct. Once we've made it through all the properties in the group, whoever is able to have all the properties, they're going to get a special bonus. If nobody owns all of them, then we go into our showdown round. So, with that being said, quick buzzer check here. Seffi? Scott? Which for this game, I'm sure I'll call you Michels. And John. All right, we are ready to go. Let's get this thing started. We are in our brown property group. We start with Mediterranean Avenue. It is a $60 property. Best of luck to all three of you as you look for the first spot in the championship game. Players, which ancient Greek philosopher was the teacher of Alexander the Great? Scott Michels.
Plato.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 60. Seffi.
Aristotle?
Aristotle is correct. $60 to you takes you up to, guess what? $60. All right, we now go over to Baltic Avenue, which is also worth $60. What is the capital of Kazakhstan? That would be Astana. Astana.
Daddy, God.
Yeah, all right. We're going to cut that property value in half now, down to $30 till we get a correct answer. Players, which ancient civilization built Machu Picchu? Michels.
The Aztecs.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 30. John.
The Incas.
The Incas is correct. $30 to you takes you up to, guess what? $30. All right, that means we're ready for our first showdown. It's going to be between Seffi and John. Whoever gives me the first correct answer is going to take the brown property group. Here comes that first question. What is the SI unit of luminous intensity? That would be candela.
Okay.
All right, next question. Which novel begins with the line, "Call me Ishmael"? Seffi.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick is correct, and you have taken the brown property group. Let's turn it red. Give you $120 of combined value, which takes you up to $180. Next up, we go to our light blue properties. We start with Oriental Avenue, worth $100. Players, which country has the most natural lakes in the world? John.
The United States.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 100. Seffi.
Canada.
Canada is correct. $100 to you takes you to 280. They have over 2 million lakes that cover about 9% of Canada's land area, by the way.
Oh, Canada.
All right, next we go to Vermont Avenue, worth 100. What is the name of the largest moon of Saturn? Seffi.
Titan?
Titan is correct. $100 there takes you to $380. You own 2 of the light blues. Next up is Connecticut Avenue for $120. Which composer wrote the Moonlight Sonata? Seffi.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is correct. So $120 for that property. And you own all of the light blues already, so let's turn them red and give you $320 of combined value, taking you up to $820. We now turn on to 2nd Street. We go into our magenta properties and start at St. Charles Place, worth $140. Which chemical element has the atomic number 26? What if I told you that its letters were Fe?
Iron.
Iron. All right, we cut that property value down half to $70. Players, which African country has Portuguese as its official language? John.
God, Madagascar.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $7. Whoops, that was supposed to cost you $70. There we go. Seffi or Michels?
This one isn't Portugal.
Angola. Players, what is the term for animals that eat both plants and meat? Michels.
Omnivores.
Omnivores is correct. $70 to you takes you to -20. We now go to States Avenue, worth $140. Which famous battle took place in 1066? Seffi.
Oh, God. Battle of Hastings.
The Battle of Hastings is correct. $140 to you takes you to $960. One for Seffi, one for Michels. Next up, Virginia Avenue, worth $160. Which vitamin is primarily obtained from sunlight? Michels.
D.
Vitamin D is correct. $160 to you takes you to $140. All right, we're going to have a showdown here for the magentas between Seffi and Michels. Seffi, you're going to need 2 correct answers. Michels, you only need 1. Players, what language is the most widely spoken native? Michels?
Spanish.
No, I'm sorry. Is the most native language in the world? Seffi?
Mandarin.
Mandarin is correct. That's 1 for you. Whoever gives me the next correct answer takes the monopoly. What is the name of the process by which plants lose water? Seffi?
Evaporation.
No, I'm sorry. Lose water through their leaves. That would be transpiration. All right, next question. Which treaty formally ended World War I and Michels?
Treaty of Paris.
No, I'm sorry. I'll finish the question. John, you're not in this one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. And imposed heavy reparations on Germany. Seffi.
I think it's the Treaty of Versailles.
Treaty of Versailles is correct, and you have taken the magenta property group. Let's turn it red. Give you $440 of combined value, taking you up to $1,400. And let's look at the scores real quick. We've got Seffi at 1,400, Scott Michels at 140, and John Bergman at -140. Interesting, isn't it?
I like to have my turtle wipes, please, right now.
All right, so now we go into our orange property group. We start with St. Charles Place, worth $180. What is the name of the process where a solid turns directly into a... Scott Michels.
Evaporation.
No, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you $180. I'll finish the question. Where a solid turns directly into a gas. John Bergman.
Evaporation.
Nope, still not evaporation. Cost you
Oh my
180.
God! Sorry, yeah. Apologize.
No, you're good.
Not touching this one.
Sublimation. All right, we cut the property value. Hey, this is the semifinals. Be ready for a few more difficult questions in there. All right, we cut that property value in half now for $90. Which Renaissance artist painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling? Seffi.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo's correct. $90 to you takes you to $14.90. Next up, Tennessee Avenue, worth $180. In economics, what term describes a market dominated by a single seller? Seffi.
Monopoly.
Monopoly is correct. 180 goes to you. 1670. You have 2 orange. Next up is New York Avenue for 200. Which planet has the shortest day, just under 10 hours? Michels.
Venus.
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 200. Seffi.
Mercury.
No, cost you 200. John Bergman.
I'm gonna say, but Neptune.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 200. Correct answer there was Jupiter. Jupiter. Their day is approximately 9.9 hours long. All right, we cut that value down in half to 100. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only... Scott Michels.
Curie.
Curie is correct. She also was the only one to win it in 2 sciences. $100 comes to you, takes you to negative 140. We're at another showdown now. Seffi, you need 1 correct answer. Michels, you're going to need 2. John, you're going to need to just sit there and be a good boy. Which part of the brain regulates breathing and heart rate? Michels.
The hippocampus.
No. Seffi.
That's a guess. Medulla oblongata.
No, I'm sorry. It's the brainstem. Yep. All right, next one. Which ancient structure was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu? Scott Michels.
The Sphinx.
No, I'm sorry. Seffi.
The Great Pyramids of Giza.
The Great Pyramids of Giza is correct, and Seffi, that means you have now got the orange property group. Let's turn it red. Give you $560 of combined value, which takes you up to $2,030. All right, guys, you got to catch up to him now. We turn on to 3rd Street. We're at our red property group, starting with Kentucky Avenue at 220. Players, signified by the letter E, what is the mathematical constant 2.718? That would be Euler's number.
That number. Good.
Yeah, that one. All right, we cut this property in half now, down to 110. Which explorer led the first circumnavigation but died? Seffi?
Magellan.
Magellan is correct. 110 to you. Takes you to 2140. You have 1 red. Next up, Indiana Avenue at 220. Which layer of Earth's atmosphere contains most weather? Michels.
The atmosphere.
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 220. John Bergman.
The stratosphere.
No, sorry. Cost you is 220 as well. Seffi.
Let's go for it. Troposphere.
Troposphere is correct. 220 to you takes you to 2360. So this is one of those I would love to remind Scott Michels. The question was, which layer of Earth's atmosphere contains most weather? Unfortunately, atmosphere is not the correct answer.
Oops.
All right, Seffi has 2 of the red. We now go to Illinois Avenue at 240. Which literary work by Dante describes a journey through... And that's Seffi.
Inferno.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 240. I'll finish the question. describes a journey through hell, purgatory, and heaven? That would be the Divine Comedy. All right. We cut this property down in half to 120. Players, what protein carries oxygen in red blood cells? Sorry, that came after the buzzer. Hemoglobin. All right. Which Asian country was formerly known as Siam? Sethi.
Thailand.
Thailand is correct. 120 to you, takes you to 2240. And, shocker, you own all of the red properties. So let's turn them, guess what? Red. Give you $680 of combined value, which takes you up to $2,920. Now we go to our gold properties. We start with Atlantic Avenue at 260. Remember, players, you can still get in on this and still make this a game. What is a word spelled the same forwards and backwards? Michels.
Palindrome.
Palindrome is correct. 260 you takes you to negative 100. Next up, Ventnor Avenue for 260. Which city was buried after Mount Vesuvius erupted? Michels.
Pompeii.
Pompeii is correct. 260 there takes you to $160. You own 2 of the gold. Now Marvin Gardens at 280. What is the largest internal organ in the human body? Michels.
The liver.
Liver is correct, so $280 there. You took to the challenge. You have got the gold properties. Let's turn them gold and give you $800 of combined value, which takes you up to $1,240. We now turn on to 4th Street, and we're at our green property group, and we start with everyone's very specific avenue. It's Pacific Avenue, worth $300. Which scientist proposed the 3 laws of planetary... Michels?
Lost it. Sorry.
All right, cost you $300. John Bergman.
Newton.
No, I'm sorry, cost you $300. So I'll finish the question. The 3 laws of planetary motion. That would be Johannes Kepler. All right, we cut the property value in half to 150. What country is home to Angkor Wat? John Bergman.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, sorry, it's going to cost you 150. Sefi.
Malaysia.
No, I'm sorry, it cost you 150. Let's see if the flat broke kid wants it.
I have a guess, but I don't want to risk it.
All right, what's your guess?
India?
No, Cambodia. All right, next question. What is the speed needed to break free from a planet's gravity? Sefi.
Oh gosh, Mach 1.
No, I'm sorry, it cost you 150. That's called the escape velocity. All right, players. Which Shakespeare play features Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Sefi.
Macbeth.
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 150. John Bergman.
Hamlet.
Green Eggs and Hamlet it is. 150 to you. And Scott Michaels feeling the embarrassment because he's heavily involved in plays.
Aye.
Next up, home of Brandon Scruggs, North Carolina Avenue for 300. What process converts sunlight into chemical energy in plants? Michaels.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis is correct. 300 to you, takes you to 1240. Now, Pennsylvania Avenue for 320. Which United States president issued the Emancipation Proclamation? Sefi.
Lincoln.
Lincoln is correct. 320 to you, takes you to 2790. And each of you own one of the green properties. So, With that, I need 2 correct answers from each of you. They do not have to be consecutive. Here we go. What is the largest desert in the world? Michels.
Antarctica.
The Antarctic desert, that is correct. We can accept that. That's 1 for you. Which element is named after the creator of the periodic table? Bergman.
Newtonian.
No, sorry. Michels?
Plutonium?
No.
I don't know this one.
That would be Mendelevium.
Okay.
Which scientist developed the laws of motion and gravitation? Michels.
Newton.
Newton is correct, and you have taken the green property group. Let's turn that one gold. Give you $920 of combined value, which takes you up to $2,160. We are now to our final color group of the acquisition round. We are at our dark blues, and we start with Park Place, worth $350. Players, what is the currency of South Korea? McVay.
The won.
The won is correct. $350 to you, takes you to $3,140. And now we come to our final property. It is Boardwalk. It is worth $400, and this is its question. Which character is known for elementary, my dear Watson? Seffi.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is correct. $400 for that. You own both of the dark blues, so we're going to turn them red, give you $750 of combined value. This takes you to $4,290, and that brings us to the end of the acquisition round. Let's take a look at where things stand. Right now in third place is our green player, John Bergman. He has no monopolies currently and negative $1,040. In second place with 2 monopolies and $2,160 is our gold player, Scott Michels. And in first place, dominating currently, is our number 1 overall seed, our red player, Scott Seffi McVay. He has 6 monopolies and $4,290. Well, this is where we take our first commercial break. As we're in that break, players are going to be spending some of that money doing upgrades to their properties with houses and hotels. And when we come back, we play the 15-minute big money round to find out who goes on to play for some extra big cash when we go once around the block and who's going on to the championship game right here on Monopoly, the Tournament of Champions.
Oh.
All right, back here on Monopoly, man, we have got a good one going here for you tonight. Of course, this is our first semifinal match here in our Season 3 Tournament of Champions. Let's go ahead and look at where things stand right now. In third place still is our green player, John Bergman, at negative $1,040. In second place now, after spending a lot of money in houses and hotels, is our red player, Scott Seffy McVay, at $290. And in first place is our gold player, Scott Michels, at $660. Well, this is always one of my favorite times of our evenings together here at Monopoly Night in America. It is whenever we bring out the top-hatted sexy man himself. It's Mr. Monopoly. No, it's not Justin Ray. It's Jason Jarrell Quantavious Myers, the fourth, the third of the Right Honorable Country of Salt Lake City.
So the Principality of Seal is no longer a thing. Got it.
Well, from what I hear, there was a deal brokered to where you gave up the Right Honorable part for the Principality of Sealand and decided to take the Country of Salt Lake City because it was new and shiny.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I mean, I would consider it, but I kind of don't do well with the smell of marijuana. And knowing who runs that country, I probably wouldn't do very well.
I mean,
We'll-
I've grown up with friends that smoke, so it's nothing new to me.
Well, I will just say, I have been a teacher for 23 years. Many of those last several years have been involved in high schools. And to say that I smell marijuana on the daily would be an understatement. I know I went into the locker room once just today and smelled it pretty strongly. Couldn't have told you who did it, but I smelled it pretty strongly while I was in there. So, yeah, I'm kind of different than most people. I'm not opposed to it for its medicinal purposes, but with me, it gives me a migraine and makes me nauseous. So, yeah, I can't really deal with it too much. But if you can, best of luck to you. I'm sure the giggling would be a lot of fun.
And that's just part of Grandma's Studios, the giggling.
Yes, there's lots and lots of giggling that goes on at Grandma Studios. And that was actually another thing that myself and Travis talked about earlier this evening is just as a quick side note, Grandma Studios has been going pretty strong now for, man, a good solid 2, maybe even 3 years. Grandma Studios, I won't give all the details of the back of it, but it started originally as a group called the House of Humble. And it was definitely a group of individuals that considered how important being humble was. I can tell you some of the main founding members was myself, Travis Coulter, John Bergman. This is going to shock a lot of people, but Brandon Hinkle was involved in the initial House of Humble. There were a few other people that were involved as well, but honestly, right now, some names are escaping me. But yes, it has been so long. It started at that, and then eventually, one of the running gags here was always about John Bergman and Grandma Kitty Bergman. And it was born out of that to where eventually House of Humble became Grandma Studios. And I would argue, and not because I'm a part of it, but I would argue that Grandma Studios is one of the preeminent online game show purveyors in all of Discord land and all of YouTube. Not saying we're number one, but we are definitely up there in the top group. We don't run our own server, but we are definitely a very strong group. We put out a lot of fantastic content, and so much of that comes down to the people that we are involved with. and the stuff that we choose to put out there. And of course, we also couldn't do it without those of you that are the fans out there that continue to support us. We do all of our work, or most all of our work, through MVG Productions, and of course that means we've always got to tip our cap and take a knee to Brandon Scruggs for allowing us to become one of those preeminent groups that's out there. We know that there's a lot of other really good groups that have quote-unquote studios, but Grandma Studios is definitely a name that you turn to when you're looking for great game show content, just as you do with MVG Productions. So, with that being said, and a little history lesson here, Jason, I know you're a part of Grandma Studios, and you have been for quite a while. You weren't a founding member, but you've been with us for quite a while. And I know I want to give this as an opportunity outside of the game to say, what great content do you have coming up for us soon? Because I know you've got some stuff coming.
Well, as of tonight, I've already started my second season of Farkle. I've already got the premiere episode taped, yet to be edited. Soon, maybe, possibly, could be. We'll see. If time permits and I can stay awake long enough. But the second episode of Farkle will be tomorrow night. Sadly, it's not going to be live streamed. So if anybody is out there wondering, well, where's the live stream for the premiere episode? It's not live streamed, sadly. If you want to see something I do live stream, let me know. I'm open to ideas.
Yeah, hey, you guys tell him if you want it live streamed, even if it's the current Farkle series, I can tell you right now, if y'all want it, you tell him out there in the chat right now that you want to see Farkle live streamed, and I will make sure that I am here so that we can get that out there on the live stream, and we'll make sure that we get episode 1 out there, even though it would be a live streamed version of the taped episode, if you catch my drift.
It wouldn't have all the bells and whistles that put into like all the taped episodes that you see on my channel, but it'll still be something better than nothing.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see that, let us know, because that, and some people, I know I've been asked before, why do you do everything live streamed? Why don't you edit? For one, I don't like to edit. I can do it. I know how to do it. I did it all the way back in college when I had a game show on TV, on the college television station. And yes, so there are some of the surviving episodes out there on YouTube. Good luck going out there and finding it. I'll tell you this. It's called What's Your Line? It was a game show based off of Whose Line Is It Anyway? So if you think you can find it, go out there and look. It was on a channel called MTTV, Middle Tennessee Television. So that was for the Middle Tennessee State University. So good luck going out there and finding it. That way you could see what old Turd Ferguson looks like when he was a young buck. A young buck that acted like a dumb. Okay, so Jason, so yes, we did. So go ahead and tell me real quick. You see kind of where things are standing right now. As you got to sit back and watch this backstage, what were your thoughts?
Well, when I started seeing the Sea of Red coming through, I was like, oh, this is going to be one of those games. But then Scott Michaels was like, yeah, no, you stop right there.
Well, and
unfortunately, he moved his foot and Steffi finished the line.
This is true, but I think it's something to be said. John Bergman is a really strong player, and knowing that those hostile takeovers sit out there, he is not to be messed with, not to be taken lightly, and he could absolutely come back in this game in an instant.
I'm fully expecting Bergman at some point to flip this game entirely on its head.
And we will find out if that happens here, so we're going to go ahead and let Jason. Which set of dice did you bring with you tonight?
Yeah, the purples.
The purples, yes, my favorite color. So definitely looking forward to that. So we'll let you go ahead and get set up over there. As, of course, we remind everybody here in our 15-minute big money round, we are going to make as many trips around the board as we possibly can inside of the next 15 minutes. We are going to be making as many stops as we can. If we stop on an individual's property, which most of the time that's going to be Seffi, at least for a little bit, he will get a question all to his lonesome. If he gets it correct, he's going to get the rent amount based on that upgrade there, which for all the properties or hotels. Currently, we hold that sucker out here tonight. And if he gets it wrong, he won't lose any money, but it will become a toss-up for the other two players. If they get it correct, they steal the rent money. If they get it wrong, though, it is going to cost them. Of course, we've got Kevin Henry's favorites, Chance at Community Chest, where he'll break out into laughter and say a bunch of stuff that definitely does not make him sound humble. We have our utilities and waterworks and electric company, which can multiply that roll times 100. We have got free parking up in the upper left-hand corner that starts at $500 right now tonight. We've got Go to Jail, which we unfortunately visited multiple times in the last game, which will cost everybody $50. Income tax and luxury tax, that's going to cost you money too. And as we said, we love our railroads because it's going to be all aboard for a hostile takeover where one question can make you go, "Da fuck?" So, with that being said,
it's been hit a lot.
that is correct. And let's see tonight. Go ahead and y'all throw it out there in the live chat. What do you think's the number that Jason's going to roll continuously tonight? Last week, I believe, last episode, I believe it was the number 9. So tonight, let's see what it is. As Jason gives us our first roll and we get it moved, that timer will start, and let's get to work.
Well, we start with an 8.
And that takes us to Vermont Avenue.
And a question headed to Seffi to start the game off. 550 on the line.
Seffi, which cell organelle produces ATP?
The cell organelle. Brain cell?
No, I'm sorry. That becomes a toss-up for Michels and Bergman. Which cell organelle produces ATP? And that's Michels.
Mitochondria?
The mitochondrion, correct. 550 to you. Takes you to 1210. Next roll.
4 and 3 for a 7.
And that's the Pennsylvania Railroad.
All aboard, players. It's outside takeover time. One correct answer will give you a chance to take over somebody's property. Good luck.
All right, players. Which European city is famous for canals and art museums? Michels.
Venice.
No.
Oh.
Bergman.
Florence.
No. McVay.
Let's just try Milan.
Nope. Amsterdam. All right.
Yeah.
No hostile takeover this time. Next roll.
Got doubles. It's a 2.
Oh my God, it's a 2. And it's Community Chest.
Community chest!
All right. This Community Chest card says, first prize in a beauty pageant. Red player, you're going to collect $250. Takes you to 540. And we have our next roll.
2 and 4 for a 6.
Indiana Avenue.
And a chance for Seffi to pick up some more money. 1050 on the line.
Seffi, which ancient Greek historian is called the father of history?
That's Plato.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. Michels or Bergman? That would be, I'm going to try to pronounce this right, Herodotus. That's Herodotus. Herodotus. That's what I'm going with, and that's what it is. All right, next roll.
3 and 4 for a 7.
And there's that go to jail. Cost all players $50. And next roll.
Let's try that again. 4 and 5 for a 9.
And just a reminder, all that money went into the free parking jackpot, which is now at $650, and we've hit New York Avenue.
And speaking of money, Seffi's got a chance to pick up some more money. $1,000.
Players, or excuse me, Seffi, what process breaks down glucose to release energy in cells?
Oh. Oh, I can't remember.
All right, toss up. Michels or Bergman? What process breaks down glucose to release energy in cells? Be cellular respiration. All right, next roll.
Doubles. 4.
Indiana Avenue. I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, we were like about a minute ago. Seffi, you know what's at stake? 1050.
Seffi, which painting by Edvard Munch shows a figure in anguish?
The Scream.
The Scream is correct. 1,050 to you takes you to 1,540. You've jumped into first place. Next roll.
1, 2 for 3.
Atlantic Avenue.
And a question headed to Scott Michels, 1150.
Scott, which country is the largest coffee producer?
Brazil.
Brazil is correct. 1150 to you takes you to 2310. Next roll.
1 and 5 for 6.
And that's North Carolina Avenue.
Another question headed to Stunty over there, 1275.
All right, Michels. What is the longest river in Asia?
Is that the Yellow River?
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. John or Seffi? John.
The Yangtze River.
The Yangtze River is correct. 1275 to you takes you to 185. Next roll.
He's out of the hole.
Under 10 minutes remaining. 2 and 3 for 5.
Uh-oh.
Park Place.
Seffi, a chance to get some more money and retake the lead, 1,500.
Seffi, who discovered penicillin in 1928?
Salk.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. Bergman.
Fleming.
Fleming is correct. 1,500 to you takes you to 1,685. Next roll. I told you, don't sleep on him.
106 for 7.
Don't sleep with him either. You'll be married to him. You just passed go. That's going to give everybody $200, but we just also hit income tax.
Yeah, about that. I'm going to need that back.
And by taking that away, that puts $1,250 in the free parking jackpot. Next roll.
6 and 5 for an 11.
Pennsylvania Railroad.
Hostile takeover time again, players. One correct answer will give you a chance to take over someone's property. Good luck.
All right, players, hands on buzzers. What ancient trade route connected China to the Mediterranean? Seffi.
The Silk Road.
The Silk Road is correct. All right, which one of Michael's properties are you attacking?
Let's go yellow.
All right, I need 3 correct answers for you to take this property group. Get it wrong, however, and you're going to pay the rent to whichever property you sit on. All right, we start with Atlantic Avenue, 1150 at risk. Which U.S. landmark was gifted by France in 1886?
Statue of Liberty.
That is correct. Now for Ventnor Avenue. What is a triangle with all sides different lengths?
Oh gosh. No, I saw. No. Right triangle.
No, I'm sorry. It's a scaling triangle, which means you are now going to pay $1,150 worth in rent. So we're taking that from you. We're going to pass it over to Scott Michels, the owner. And that means this hostile takeover was unsuccessful. Next roll.
6 and 1 for 7.
And that's Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, Scotty, you got the lead. Here's a chance to extend it. 1,400 on the line.
All right, Michels, which planet has the most moons?
Jupiter.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. Seffi.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct. 1,400 takes you to 1,790. Next roll.
3 and 6 for a 9.
We're going to pass go. And that's $200 for everybody. And we've hit Baltic Avenue.
And a question headed to Seki, worth 450.
Steffi, which novel features a character known as Atticus Finch?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
That is correct. 450 you takes you to 2440. Next roll.
5 and 4 for a 9.
And that's the Electric Company.
And this question is open season to all three of you. It's worth $900 for that 9 I just rolled.
Players, what is the name of the process by which water changes from a liquid to a gas? And that is Seffi.
That's evaporation.
That is evaporation. 900 to you takes you to 3340. Next roll.
1 and 4 for a 5.
And that's Community Chest.
Community chest! Community chest!
All right. This Community Chest card says, hey, it's your lucky day. The third place player, which is John Bergman, you're going to collect $25 times your next dice roll. So, Jason, give us a roll.
Let's hope for a big number, John. About 6.
All right. 6 times 25, that's going to be $150.
Dollars, yeah.
Takes you to 2035. Next roll.
2 and 6 for an 8.
And that's the B&O Railroad.
Hostile takeover time again, players. Correct answer will give you a chance to take over somebody's property. Good luck.
Players, which European country is known for its fjords, especially along its western... Michels.
Norway.
Norway is correct. Where are we attacking?
Pink.
All right, magenta?
Magenta, yes.
Okay. So, we start with St. Charles Place. We got 750 at risk. Again, I need 3 correct answers. Which ancient civilization developed cuneiform writing, one of the earliest known writing systems?
Lord, was that the Egyptians?
No, I'm sorry, it's the Sumerians. So, unfortunately, that's going to cost you $750. We'll have to pass that over to the owner, Sethi, which takes him to $40.90, and that means this hostile takeover was not successful. Next roll.
Under 4 minutes remain. Got a 1 and 3 for a 4.
And that is Pennsylvania Railroad.
Let's try that again. Hostile takeover time. One correct answer will give you a chance to take over someone's property.
Players, what is the name of the layer of Earth located between the crust and the core? Sefi.
The mantle.
Mantle is correct. Where are we attacking?
Whoa.
All right, gold again. You know it's at risk. Which 20th century physicist developed the theory of general relativity?
Einstein?
Einstein is correct. Next up, Ventnor Avenue. What ancient Greek epic poem tells the story of the Trojan War?
Let's see. The Iliad.
The Iliad is correct. And one more, and you have stolen the property group. Which country is the smallest in the world by area and population?
Vatican City.
That is correct, and you have a successful hostile takeover. Let's turn that gold property red, and we're going to give you $800 of combined value there, taking you up to $48.90. And again, this hostile takeover was a success. Next roll.
4-3 for a 7.
And that's Chance.
It's Chance! Oh my god! It's Chance!
All right, this Chance card says advance directly to free parking. So we are going to pass go and collect $200 per player. And there's... Tell them about it, Jason.
Well, this question is open season to all three of you. It's worth all the money in a free parking jackpot worth $12.50.
Players, what is the term for the point in an orbit closest to Earth? Michels.
Apex?
Nope, sorry.
I know.
That would be the perigee. Oh. Yep, the opposite point's called an apogee. All right, next roll.
3 and 5 for an 8.
And that takes us to Waterworks.
Another open season question, players. This one's worth $800 for the 8-year-old.
Which scientist coined the term radioactivity? Michels. Curie again. That's 2 for you today. $800 takes you to $39.10. Next roll.
3 and 5 for an 8.
And that's Chance.
It's Chance! Oh my God!
Oh, hush up.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. This Chance card says for us to go back 3 spaces.
Oh,
And that's Community Chest.
Community Chest!
All right. This Community Chest card says bank error. Yellow player, you're going to collect $250. Next roll.
3.
That's Chance.
Here we go. Don't you know?
This is bullshit. This is definitely bullshit.
Read it anyway. I'm not playing the sound.
All right. This one says advance to a very specific avenue. Now, we're going to back up, but we would have passed go. $200. Jason.
And this goes to Scott. It's worth $12.75.
All right, Scott. Which African river is the longest on the continent?
The Nile.
The Nile is correct. $12.75 to you takes you to $56.35. And that sound brought us to the end of the 15-minute big money round. Let's take a look at where things stand. Right now in third place is our green player, John Bergman, with $2,435. In second place is our red player, Scott McVay, at $5,290. And in first place is our gold player, Scott Michels, at $5,635. Well, we're going to take our final commercial break. As we do, we're going to be selling back all of those upgrades to their current properties. And when we come back, we'll add that to their total and find out who's going to be our winner moving on to the championship game and getting a chance to play for some big money when we go once around the block right here on Monopoly, the Tournament of Champions. Welcome back here to Monopoly, the first semifinal game here in the Season 3 Tournament of Champions. Man, what a big money round. It is not done yet. We have got some math to do. So, as always, we start with our player that was in third place coming out of that last round. That is our green player, John Bergman. He had $2,435. Unfortunately, he was not able to take control of any properties, which means tonight he finishes with $2,435. Next, we go to our gold player, Scott Seffy McVay. He had $5,290. Or excuse me, our red player, because he was in second. That's what I meant to say, but I was looking at two things at once. Get it together, Turdley. So, our second place player, Scott Seffy McVay, $5,290 what he had. We sold back all of the properties that he owned, which was able to net him an additional $4,750, bringing his total to $10,040. And finally, we go to Scott Michels. He had $750 that he was able to add on to his $5,635. We add that on, and he finishes tonight with $6,385, which means Scott Seffy McVay, you are a winner, and you're going on to the championship game of Season 3 Monopoly. Congratulations.
And I want to tell my two opponents, you guys were awesome tonight.
All right, well, we'll be back to talk to you here in just a moment, Seffy, but first, we're going to go ahead and talk to your opponents. We will start with our third place player tonight, John Bergman. John, you finish with $2,435. You gave it one hell of a run there. Tell me how you're feeling here as we come to the close of the season for you.
Well, what can I say? But both Scott as well as Seth were very quick on the buzzer, and but congratulations, Seth. That's all I can say.
All right, thank you, John.
Well, and John, I know that we were talking about it in the commercial break there. Even though you came into that last round under a really big disadvantage, all of a sudden you started getting some questions right. And I myself, even as the host, I heard a turn in your voice to where I heard hope. And I started to hear some of that confidence come in. So as that was happening, tell me what you were kind of going through in your mind whenever you started to get those questions correct.
A last gasp try at something.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, how are you feeling about that? You go out here tonight to end the season, but knowing that you made it into our Tournament of Champions again, how do you feel about the season?
I just did the best I could, and it's been a long time since I played, so but that's probably what happened. But still, I'm not bitter about it, basically. But I like I said, I was I was happy to be part of it, and once again, congratulations to Seffy.
Well, and John, we definitely thank you for being a part of this. I can definitely say any show that has John Bergman a part of it for any number of episodes, whether it's as a contestant, whether it's as a host, whether it's as a co-host, celebrity, whatever, you make that show better just by who you are. We are thankful to have you a part of this group. We're thankful to have you part of the Grandma Studios, and we're thankful for you being a part of Season 3 here. So we're going to take your winning, since you came in third place tonight and you did make it to the semifinals. We've done this a little different every season. We're going to double what you won tonight, which is going to take you up to an additional $4,870, meaning you're going to finish Season 3 with money going into your MVG account totaling $30,738. We congratulate you, and we definitely hope you'll be back to play with us again in Season 4.
Thank you.
All right, now we make our way over to our second place player, Scott Michels. Scott, You finished tonight with $6,385. And I can say that I heard you going, especially getting later on into the big money round. I heard a lot of hope in your voice, that some things were going your way. I think you knew kind of what you needed to do and what that gap between you and Steffi needed to be for you to have a real chance to be able to turn things there and to win that game. And there was just a point late in there. I don't remember if it was after he took one of your monopolies or if it was after he got one of the different question correct, but I literally could hear you in the background make a sound, and it was at that point I knew that you realized that barring some kind of miracle that your time here had come to an end.
Yeah. I think my real killer was that last hostile takeover. And I'll be honest, and in one of the strategies I played is the final hostile takeover, I backed off from because I was going under the hope that Seffi messed up one. If he could mess up again, this game is mine. And then he ended up getting the hostile takeover. And then we had that moment where right there I backed up to Pacific Avenue and I thought maybe there was a turning point, and then the buzzer rang. So still, to both of my opponents, I just gotta say, great game all around. Seffi, I know you're definitely wanting to defend your title, so dude, go do it.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Well, and Scott, you had another fantastic season on your side here. Again, $6,385 you were able to win tonight. We're going to take your winnings for coming in second place here in the semifinals. We're going to triple your winnings, which means you're going to walk out with an additional $19,155, which means this season going into your MVG bank account very, very soon, you finish with $66,202. Congratulations to you. Scott, did you have a good time? And should we go ahead and plan that we're going to see you at least 5 to 10 times in season 4?
Yeah, definitely. I will be here during season 4. I've said this a million times. Monopoly is truly one of my favorite games. So any opportunity I get to play, I hop on. So yeah, hopefully, if I am here somewhere between 5 and 10 times next season, hopefully it's for a big run this time and not just one-offs.
Well, hey, again, congratulations to you. Well done here. Who knows? Maybe season 4 will be your season. But congratulations on your winnings. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Michels. And now to the man of the hour himself, Seffi McVay. Seffi, $10,040 tonight. You were in the fight of your life there. You made it through the acquisition phase looking pretty strong. Not a massive lead in money, but just tons and tons of property, which set you up for lots of opportunities at questions. You didn't even really have to think about strategic placement so much. But then both of those players gave you an absolute run in that big money round before you finally at the end kind of overwhelmed them. What were your thoughts coming out of round 1 into round 2 as round 2 really kind of got going and both of those players showed that they were in it to win it still?
Okay, well, basically, when I was trying to answer some of the questions, yeah, we definitely had some more difficult ones. That's why I was thinking. That's why I realized I can't answer these. So I had to set them as a toss-up for the other two guys. I was almost ready expecting them to also buzz in and see if they were correct or not, though, myself. But I would also have to say, first of all, to Mr. Bergman, I am actually very happy that he got out of the hole here the whole time. So that makes me happy in number two, the fact that Scott put up a great fight here as well tonight, as well. Like I said, there was a time when I failed on one of his, doing a takeover, but then again, he failed on one of his takeovers too. And it was a great back and forth battle between those two. I'll say that as well there.
Well, yeah, it definitely was, but it's one of those things. Eventually, you just kind of came on, and you just overwhelmed at the end. There was every bit of a chance there for a little bit. I saw that there was a widening gap between you and Scott Michels, and I thought to myself, oh, he might be in trouble, and this might wind up being an upset. Then John started to come up out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, what can John do? And just as a quick reminder there, Jason, how many hostile takeovers did we come up with that happened during the big money round?
5 of them.
There were 5 hostile takeovers, which is definitely one of the higher numbers we've seen, which, again, had that went any certain way, that could have spelled disaster for you. Would you say, as someone that had that many monopolies in the lead, were the hostile takeovers something that you felt, okay, I'm hoping for these so that I can be in a protection time, or were you hoping they didn't show up so that people wouldn't have the chance to steal from you?
To answer that question, yes.
Okay.
So in case of both, yeah, in that case you were both correct, yes.
And hey, I can definitely understand that one. Well, as we said, $10,040 is what you got there. We are going to, of course, with you being the winner and moving on to the championship game, we're going to multiply your winnings by 5, which means you are adding on an additional, up to now, $50,200, which takes your season total right now to $986,546, getting ever so close to that $1 million mark. But again, this night is not over yet. You know what time it is, and everybody out there in YouTube land knows it's time to go once around the block. All right, well, you got another chance to add a little extra cash on, and when I say a little, I mean a lot. Because here is what I've got for you on offer tonight. So, of course, as we know, as always, you have 5 rolls to help yourself around the board. Now, I do believe you did have one of the successful ones, which means that gives you either an extra roll or an insurance marker, whichever you need to use it as. Okay?
Got it.
So, of course, if you roll doubles, that will allow you to have an additional roll there. We're not going to make it easy here. We are going to add 4 additional go to jail spaces onto the board. 1 on 2nd Street, 1 on 3rd Street, and 2 on 4th Street. So let's go ahead and get those placed quickly. So the 1 on 2nd Street between St. Charles and New York.
And let's go with the same pattern I did last time I was champion. Community chest on 2nd Street.
All right, 3rd Street between Kentucky and Marvin Gardens.
B&O Railroad.
And then 2 on 4th Street between Pacific and Boardwalk.
Pacific and Chance.
All right. So now, I do want to remind everybody out there, as we move through our tournament here, our board does have some limitations. That's something I need to actually talk to Hunter Dillon about, because sometimes he can do some alterations. Yes, I was trying to find a nice way to put it. Yes, alterations. I need to reach out to him about that. Definitely Grandma Studios people remind me about that the next time we see Hunter. But with this, as we know, normally going around the board, each space that you can come across is worth $100. Not tonight, because this is the semifinals. Each space that you can make it to going around the board is worth $1,000. Now, of course, in the center box, it's only going to show $100 per spot. But remember, we're adding a 0 onto that. Makes it nice, simple, easy, clean. So you'll have that. Now, along with that comes, if you can make it all the way beyond go, normally it's worth $25,000. But tonight, if you can make it all the way around and past go, it's going to be worth $100,000. And if you can repeat a previous performance and land exactly on go, we're going to give you $250,000. So lots and lots of money at stake here. So, of course, we've got the rock and roller over there. It's going to go ahead and get itself fired up. We're going to go ahead and get the Mr. Monopoly token out on the board. And whenever you're ready, push the red button to stop it.
All right, let's get a big 12 to start me out good. Click.
It's not a 12, but it is an 11.
Nice.
All right, so we've already got $11,000 up there that you can walk away with right now if you want to, or you can continue on with your 4 rolls. And the bad roll sitting in front of you right now is a 6. And 6 can be a high-frequency roll, so what do you want to do with it?
Let's keep trying since I do have that insurance.
All right, here we go. Rock and roller's fired up. Red button is ready for you.
I would love to see 7 or higher right now. Click.
1 and 2 for a 3.
Okay.
All right, we add on an additional $3,000, $14,000 right now. You're down to 3 rolls. Again, still got the safety. Bad roll is a 3, and you just rolled one of those 3s. So does that make you think, oh, I'm safe, I shouldn't do that again? Or are you a little more wary? We also have to consider now,
11.
11 is also a bad roll. So 2 bad rolls in front of you, 3 and 11, 3 rolls remaining. What do you think?
Both of those have been rolled.
Again, I have that insurance, so let's try again.
All right, here we go. Rock and roller is fired up.
All right. That's the only 2 numbers I do not want to see there. Let's get something good now.
2 and 4 for a 6. Thank God it happened now.
All right, we add that on. $20,000 is what you now have in front of you with 2 rolls remaining. Still have a safety there sitting there for you. Bad rolls, 5, 10, and 11. So that's 3 bad rolls you've got to deal with. Do you continue on, or is it time to stop?
We are going to continue.
All right, rock and roller, fire yourself up. Best of luck.
Right now, I'd love to see any double except for a 10. Any double except for a 10. Click.
2 and 5 for a 7.
All right, $27,000 is what you've got now. 1 roll remaining, again, with that safety that's sitting there waiting for you. Bad rolls, 3, 4, and a 9. So, some pretty hefty stuff sitting out there in front of you. 1 roll remaining. You cannot make it all the way to go from here or beyond it. So, it is something to take into consideration. $27,000 you can think about walking away with right now.
Remember,
What do you
if
do?
I don't hit a golden scale, I can't get an extra roll here.
That is correct.
So let's try it.
All right, here we go. Rock and roller's fired up.
Okay, let's get a good number that's not one of the 3 baddies. Click.
1 and 5 for a 6.
Okay.
All right. 33,000. Now, of course, since you didn't have to use it as a safety, we give you an extra roll there, but you do have to think about this one hard, so I'm going to lay it out for you. You can walk away with $33,000 and be done with this. Or you can take that final roll. Remember, if you take it and you hit that go to jail space that's 3 away, remember, we've seen a 3 tonight, then you lose all that money in the center because you no longer have a safety.
Right.
But
You know what? I'm also very close to both either 100,000 or $250,000.
yep, you are 7 spaces away from go, which would give you a quarter. 8 or above gives you $100K. So, tough decision. Guys out in the audience, what should he do? Should he stay or should he go?
Go
You know
for
what?
it.
I'm going to go for it.
All right, he's
You know,
going
I
for
know-
it.
Like I said, as long as that 3 does not show up, I'm guaranteed to win some good cash here, no matter what.
All right, here we go. Best of luck. Let's not see a 3. Rock and roller's ready. You stop it when you're ready.
Okay, come on, be a good roll. I would love to see the 7 for the big money. Click.
2 and 3, 4, 5.
Okay, good.
All right, so with that, you are walking out of here tonight with an additional $38,000. We're not going to bring up that final show winnings because it would not be correct.
That's right.
So we're going to do a little math here. That's 38,000 more. So tonight you are adding on $88,200 to your total. And guess what? That means
Finally broke the million.
you did it. You are at, for the season, $1,024,546. And not only that, you are going on to play in the championship game coming up in just within the next week, week and a half. So tell me, just on that, how do you feel knowing that not only are you a millionaire, but you are going to be playing in the championship game?
Well, considering what happened over nearly a whole season ago, I'm feeling pretty confident now. I have a good feeling that things are going great, and no matter what happens in that championship game, I have over $1 million, and no one can take that away from me.
Hey, that is absolutely true. Now, the next thing that I've got to ask you, there are still 2 more semifinal games to play. Right. Just as a programming note for everyone, our next semifinal game will be coming to you this Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, where we will be seeing Brandon Scruggs taking on his choices, which were Peach Vagine and Russ Bielefeld in a very surprising pick. So that game will be coming to you this Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. So in that game, if you had your choice of those 3 players, who would you want to see come out victorious?
Anyone other than Russ, because I know he's a very good player. Actually, I would rather do both Peach for the fact that I faced against him last year in these finals, or Brandon Scruggs would be great to go against as well that way too.
Okay. And then, of course, I'm not sure if we had told everybody this, but we were supposed to have had one of our semifinal games this last Saturday, but we didn't wind up having everybody available, so we're going to get to that one as soon as schedules line up correctly. Hopefully it will be within the next week, but that one will be between Joshua Rutan, our own Jason Myers, and our own Travis Coulter. So, again, I ask you, Seffi, who would you want to see come out of that one?
I would actually be cheering for either Joshua or Jason because, again, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the show, Travis scares me by being so quick on the buzzer.
And I've told the story many times, but that is when me and Travis, we are the best of friends at this point. But whenever I was early on in my time in MVG Productions, I despised him, partly because of him being so quick on the buzzer, and not because I cared if I lost or not, but just because he would buzz in before even a third of the question had been asked, and that just annoyed the shit out of me. But funny enough, this is true, but it wound up, we become very great friends, and I'm very thankful for his friendship. But yeah, buzz on the buzzer, there are not many people that you can say that are in his wheelhouse. Now, some of his is just because he's being a dick, but some of it is because he just has this perception about what the question's going to be, and he's really good with that. So I definitely understand that. Well, Seffi, again, we're going to see you back here for the championship game. You get to sit back and watch and see how all of it unfolds. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you for breaking $1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Seffi McVay. We'll see him in the championship game.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks again, Turb and Jason and everyone here. Thank you.
Well, Jason, the first seed in the championship game has been filled tonight.
Yeah, and now he's heaping his hopes on me, and like,
Don't sell yourself short, Jason. You have a chance.
That's pressure I didn't need.
You know the best thing. You know what the best thing you can do is, Jason, when you're feeling pressure.
Kick it in the testicles.
No, the best thing I found to do when you're feeling pressure is to back up to the mic and fart.
Oh, there you go.
It lets out pressure. Well, this is true. It does let out pressure, though, in multiple different ways. But
Yeah.
Especially when you grab him by the balls. I mean, Jewel.
yes.
There you go.
So, yeah, we've still got some really good tournament matchups to come, Jason. I know that we said we're still going to have to see where the schedules line up, mainly for Joshua in your guys' game because of his work schedule. But I know when it comes to your game, just since you're standing here, what makes you the most nervous about that matchup?
The fact that Josh chose me. I was expecting to get chosen by either Seffi or by Brandon, but then it ended up being Josh. And I'm like, huh, okay, that's a new one.
Well, I will say, hearing you say that, I think you sell yourself very, very short. You are a very good player. If you weren't, you would not be a 24-time champion on Turds Tic-Tac-Dough. And yes, man, that's going to be talked about at minimum until somebody beats it. And you know as well as I do, the previous record that was held by somebody, I believe was a 19-game winning streak. Who talks about that now? Nobody does, because you beat it. So if you want yours beaten, somebody's... No, 16 then. If you want people to quit talking about yours, somebody's going to have to beat yours. And the thing is, yours still isn't over, because you still get to come back in the first game of Season 2. And I'm hoping that Season 2 won't be too awful far down the road now. I know that there's a season of Tic-Tac-Dough getting filmed inside of MVG right now with Jason DeCantio, or as I like to call him, DeCantio. Yes, but I definitely would not want to do anything until he's finished. Once he's finished, then who knows? It might be about time for a Season 2 of Turds Tic-Tac-Dough. We'll see. And I'll also remind you guys, it's sitting back there in the back pocket, but we've also got the potential for a season of Tic-Tac-Dough, the Ring of Fire. Now, I won't tell you who might be hosting that one. I can tell you it will not likely be me. It will be someone within Grandma Studios, but we'll talk about that if that one ever comes to pass. But with that being said, man, we've had a great night here. We don't want to hold things up any longer. As always, we want to thank all of you for watching, for supporting us. Of course, make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you haven't, I would love for you to send me a 350-word essay on why you haven't subscribed yet, because you absolutely should be. If you're one of those people that are out there in YouTube land that are watching and you haven't joined the Discord yet group for MVG Productions, again, I ask you why. It's great to sit there and watch out in the audience. You see some of the people that are inside the Discord are out there watching with you and communicating with you. Why not come in here and be a part of it? It's so much more fun in here. It's like going to the swimming pool and sitting out on the side the whole day. You might as well get in the water with us. I promise. Jose, never mind. He probably would. But yeah, make sure, again, like the video, leave us some comments, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, tell us what you'd love to see happen a little differently for Season 4. Ring the bell for notifications, and so that you know when the next great piece of content is coming out here from MVG Productions. And remember, also, leave those comments. Tell Jason what you want to see coming up on the live stream from him and from anybody else here at MVG. Be specific. Tell us what you want to see people host. If you want to see it live, you want to see it recorded, and we'll see what we can get out there for you. But until we come back here again for our second semifinal game and try to go once around the block to see if maybe somebody can win that $250,000, he was Jason Myers. I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you back here on Thursday night for our next semifinal matchup here on Monopoly Night in America. Until then, take care and good night, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, as the final buzzer sounds and the lights dim on another exciting day, we bid farewell here at MVG Productions, broadcasting from the heart of Silva, North Carolina. Today we've seen contestants triumph, puzzles unravel, and fortunes change. We hope our game shows brought you thrills, laughter, and maybe a few nail-biting moments. Thank you for being a part of our audience, supporting us, and recognizing the vision of Brandon Scruggs, who owns and operates MVG Productions. Until next time, we leave you with our national anthem. Good night.
They grabbed him by the balls, or the jewels.